Alright people, hello again and welcome everyone to another Arma 3 multiplayer commentary. We'll be watching as always the International Conflict Arma 3 as they will be playing yet another of their battle days today. This is the first battle of the battle day number 3 and I'll watch the map and I'll tell you a bit about it later. And for now we'll be just watching the players as they will be moving towards the first zones, as I'll tell you some bits about the actual game style and about the community that we are watching. Something like a little introduction to today's play, because it's always needed and it's always necessary to do some bits about the players themselves and how they want to play the game today. So far we have most of the people in transports or in Ifrits and hunters, and well, there's a very simple reason for that, and it is simply because this map is as always played in the format of advanced and secure, and that means that there are multiple points on the map that need to be captured by the armies. We have one army from the blue foresight. They are named the 1st Marine Division. Then we have another army from the op foresight. They are called the Shadow Saints. They have their battle tags in the right corner of the screen. You can see SS means Shadow Saints, and I'll show you in a little bit 1MD means 1st Marine Division. There are multiple points on this map and each army tries to get most of their members over there to that zone. And well, that's a simple reason for that. If you have most of your people on that zone, you simply capture it, you hold it, and by capturing the zones you win the game. There's also a time limit which is 90 minutes even, so after that time whichever side holds more locations wins the game. And if one side is dominant and better than the other and they manage to take all the points for themselves, well, that's game over anyway. So we'll be watching today's battle. It will be in the same format as always, and this first battle will determine what chances do these armies have of taking the point for today's battles. There are of course as always two battles for today. The first one that you are watching right now, the second one a mirrored version of the first map that will be played afterwards, and well, whichever side is better and takes the points wins the overall score for today's battle day. That's for the introduction of the game style, and we are now watching Mr. Jake. As he's nearing the Charlie location, I actually had the opportunity to see this map before, so I already know some bits about it. I can recognize the main points and I can tell you this is gonna be very interesting. So anyway, with Mr. Jake, who is now running around with a rocket launcher, he will definitely scout for more enemies to find and try to eliminate the opposing forces. As you could see a while before, he was shooting at the truck, and the trucks for each army represent their dynamic respawns. The members of the said army can respawn in that truck, and by that way they can easily return into the battle. If they do not have their truck, well, then they have to respawn at their main base, which is called the X-ray point, and I'll show you that on a map in a little bit. And by respawning at X-ray, they lose the valuable time because they need to move from there towards the battle itself, and it's generally worse to respawn at X-ray. On the other hand, they have all their weapons and vehicles on X-ray, so in some way it's kinda good to have someone respawning at X-ray so he can bring more vehicles to the game. Anyway, let's have a look at the map. This is it. It's called the Dueling Banjos. I don't know what that name is about, but anyway, we have, as always, 2 X-ray points. The one on the north belongs to the Op4 forces, the one on the south over here belongs to the Blue 4 forces. And they are, well, the whole map is actually all around this one little road in the middle. And the whole action is happening on the northwest side of the Altis Island. And these are the zones. We have, of course, Echo location, 2 Delta locations, 1 Charlie, the decisive location, 2 Bravo locations and 1 Alpha location. By capturing these in a certain order, the armies take the valuable points for their team and manage to take the points after a certain period of time, or after enough enough zones have been captured. So anyway, the Op4 army that starts over here at X-ray has to move from Echo to Delta, Charlie and perhaps to Bravo and Alpha. On the other hand, the Blue 4 army starts over here at the south and they have to move from Alpha to Bravo, Charlie and so on. Alright, so you can already see there are no cities in between the zones. There are no big cities nor any villages at all. There's only some small buildings over at the designated zones. There's a wind power plant in the middle, and I'm gonna show you how the map really looks like, because it's very interesting and we have like 14 or 15 players in the game, and it's such small numbers, it's gonna be even more interesting. This is Charlie location, you can see that by these wind turbines or whatever they are called. And this is actually very interesting because the Charlie point is like the biggest hill in the middle of anywhere. It's like you can see all the surroundings from here. It's, of course, it's not very easy to be here. Everyone can see you from miles away. On the other hand, you have a very nice firm control over the whole location. What is interesting though, for example, Bravo location is over here and it's very far away. And I'm actually not sure if it's this building or the other one. I don't know, but the point is the locations are so far away that only soldiers themselves will have a very difficult time getting into the other zone. For example, if they spawn at Charlie, they'll run to Bravo for like 10 minutes before even getting anywhere, and it's gonna be so difficult for them to move anywhere. So that's like the whole point, and that is the vehicles are gonna be absolutely crucial in this map. They are gonna be so important to the whole game. We can now see some fighting for Charlie zone, as Mr. Soul is fighting against somebody from the Blue 4 army, and I'll have a look at them in a moment's time. But yeah, you can, and especially in so few people, when you cannot plan big attacks with like 10 members of your army, because you only have like 7 people overall in your army, so you really cannot go full attack. You need to have somebody defending, so the biggest attack could happen with like 4 or 5 people, and that's simply not enough to take away a tank or 2. So if you have enough vehicles, you can easily take the game, and I predict that we are gonna see at least some hunters and ifrits on the play, because these vehicles are gonna be absolutely crucial for the zone defending. So Let's have a quick introduction of the players themselves, because of course we need to see who is playing at the moment. So from the Op 4 we have Mr. Jamal, now at Charlie, defending the location. We also have Mr. Hit, whose current location I honestly don't know. Oh, he's over here. And he's at Bravo East at the moment. We also have Mr. Soul, who I already presented to you a while ago. He's now defending Charlie. We also have Tsav Zero, who is over at Bravo West. And I'm gonna tell you, this game could end really quick because the Op 4 forces are really pushing forward. We also have Mr. General Dai, whose current location is also unknown. Oh, he's over here in an Ifrit, and he's going to Bravo location. And we also have General Bunkerchip, who is currently at Charlie, organizing his whole army. From the other side we have Mr. Irish Fox, now moving to Charlie. Bravo West has been captured by the East forces, so they are definitely pushing forward. Also we have Mr. Death Soul, who participates in almost every battle. Bravo East has been captured by the West. We also have Mr. One Clip, who is now at Bravo location. We have Iron Man. These guys are really all around the place. Iron Man nearing Charlie location. And JTF, he's between Bravo and Charlie at the moment, and he's moving closer to Charlie, I believe. And we have Kevorkian, or Dr. Kevorkian, at the other Bravo location. We have Serrano, who is now defending the Bravo location as well. And we have the General Krivak, now substituting for other generals from his army. And I believe that that's it. Yeah, that's it for, well, for both armies. So we are gonna definitely see some fighting. We are now watching Mr. Tsav as he's hiding in this building. And well, that's about all he needs for capturing the location. All you need to capture the location is stand over there in the designated area, that is these two houses, until this big circle gets filled by your color. That is red for the Op 4 and blue for the Blue 4. We can now see that Bravo East and Alpha are held very nicely by the Blue 4, and the rest belongs to the Op 4. What is the problem here? Well, the Op 4 forces now do have two very important zones to hold. They already have Charlie, which is absolutely crucial for the play, and they also got Bravo West, which they also need to hold as best as they can. So what is the problem here? They do not have enough people to attack Bravo East, which is exactly what happens every single time when there are not many people around, and that is the one side that has like an advantage cannot push to Alpha because they do not have the people needed. And maybe we are gonna see a very intense battle for the Charlie location, which is in the very middle. It is the decisive location. Whoever gets Charlie has the potential of having an advantage over the enemy army. Of course, if you are holding the location that is nearest to your base, Alpha or Echo, then you probably have the double location as well, which is Bravo or Delta, and everyone else is just fighting for Charlie. Mr. Jamal disconnected from the army of Op 4, and that is very unfortunate for them. They are now missing one man, which is a lot in these conditions, and well, that could mean that the army of Blue 4 will take back the other Bravo location and maybe even push to Charlie. Alright, we have Mr. One Clip now grabbing a rocket launcher. He's now gonna aim for the Ifrit. That was a direct hit, and one clip secured the Bravo location for his army. Bravo West has been captured by the West, and Bravo East, well, it's been completely stripped off of forces. So both Bravo locations now belong to the Blue 4, and well, that means only one thing. We are gonna see some fighting for Charlie at this moment. We have most of the people from the Blue 4, or from the Op 4 even, now sticking to Charlie, and from the Blue 4 army, well, they are now coming from both Bravo locations towards the Charlie. So they'll come from the south and from the northeast as well, as they will be coming from Bravo West and Bravo East at the same time. So Charlie is gonna be under quite a heavy attack. We also have Iron Man now coming with a Hunter. So he's definitely gonna distract his enemies. It's always something different to defend against a vehicle than it is to defend against a normal attack of 1 or 2 soldiers. The vehicle is just so much more dangerous with its weapons, but now Iron Man got spotted straight away. Who is that? General Bunker Chip. He's gonna shoot down the Hunter. General Bunker Chip is doing an amazing job so far. He's really securing the Charlie location well, and he's also the general of his army, so he's organizing the whole attack and defense locations and positions and all that. And we have quite a few people on Charlie now from the Blue Fort. Now Iron Man getting killed. Who is that? Well, that's Saul, who is now under heavy fire, and he also died. But from the other hand, we have General Bunker Chip now on Bravo East. He's gonna try to take the Bravo location, and Iron Man, now something very strange happened to him. I believe that he respawned at coordinates 00, which is the worst thing that can happen to you. We have also General Die on Bravo East location, but the problem is Charlie is getting taken back by the Blue 4 forces, and everyone else who is not attacking Bravo needs to go immediately to Charlie. We have Jake, which is the nearest member of the Op 4 now to Charlie. He'll come closer and he's under fire already. He's been spotted. He's now throwing grenades. That could be very nice for him. Grenades are a great way of eliminating enemy forces. Let's see if he's any successful. He's not. And now more people are coming after him. But he has a rocket launcher on him. So he's a very dangerous now. But no, he's gonna heal himself and he's gonna die because of it. Who is the defenders now? Dr. Kevorkian and Mr. JTF are in the site. We also have Death Soul over here. And well, that's about it. The rest of the guys are now attending the Bravo locations because they also have some form of attack over there. But the problem is the attackers got killed over at Bravo locations. So Charlie now belongs to nobody. It seems that it will belong to the Blue 4 forces once this inner circle gets filled by the blue color, but the circle is now not moving, so that means there's either nobody at the location or there's an equal number of soldiers from both sides. Now the circle is decreasing its size, and that means only one thing. There are more people from the Op 4 army now at the site itself, and they'll take the zone back. The little blue circle will slowly disappear and it will be replaced by the red one. As you can see right now, the red one increasing rapidly, and well, that means only one thing: they'll take it back. Bravo East meanwhile retaken by the Blue 4, and it looks like that the attackers somehow reconsider the idea of attacking. they all go back to their zones and they'll make sure that their zones belong to them. And then perhaps another attack will happen. Alright, we have more people on the way. Mr. Aitrahad is now connecting. He's gonna join the game in a matter of seconds. We have one clip connecting again. These two are gonna join the battle. We have around 17 players, I believe. I'm gonna count that some other time. And the situation, well, Charlie still being held by the forces of Op4 and no real change since the very beginning. We saw some push from the Op4 forces. We also saw a little counterattack on Charlie from the west, but nothing too serious. And well, so far no big changes, but as I told you earlier, this map is very big. There are not so many people around. It's gonna be difficult for these guys to decide the battle before the time limit. It's gonna be very difficult. So what is the overall situation over at Charlie location? Well, we have the blue forces coming from all sides with vehicles and everything, with War Eagle moving now his transport closer to Charlie, and the Op4 resistance, well, we have practically everyone from the Op4 over at Charlie location. So yeah, we will see more and more fighting for the Charlie from the Op4 and blue forces. Of course, the Op4 now defending Charlie, as they are in a better spot, and well, the attackers of blue 4 will have to kinda think of some strategies to surprise their enemies, or at least somehow outnumber them. Serrano, his hunter, is badly damaged. You can see that it's missing one wheel, or maybe even two. Yeah, it's missing its front wheels, so yeah, it now got destroyed completely. And that's it for the vehicles of Op4 and Blue 4. As you can see, that Ifrit got taken down as well. JTF now moving into Charlie. We also could see JTF in the previous battles. He did fine job at attacking enemy bases. He was very active player and he got a very nice set of, well, headshots, if you want. He definitely caused some distraction and was a valuable member of his army. He still is. And we are now watching his movement and his progress towards the Charlie zone. Of course, he's not the only one. You can see there on the left of the screen, there's somebody else from the Blue 4 army now pushing forward. You can see that they can easily hide behind the horizon, because Charlie location is on the top of the hill. And well, they'll meet their enemies in a matter of minutes. JTF now sticking to the building, which is one of the few safe zones over here, or safe points even. You can easily hide here, and you will be safe from the enemy fire of, well, enemy vehicles. But he has been already spotted. Who is in there? Before they die, it's Mr. Saul. He is now not alright, he has to heal himself. More people coming with Kevorkian, Serrano and War Eagle, all on their way towards the Charlie zone. They'll want to take this building. Of course, this house is very important, is one of the few buildings around. War Eagle now throwing grenades. He's gonna get spotted and almost immediately got killed. He's now gonna throw some more grenades, and maybe some grenades from the opposition will come in his way as well. We don't know how many grenades Saul has. More people are connecting. Mr. Buku 504, another quite active member who we could see in a few last battles. General Bunker Chip. Okay, just to clarify, I'm now gonna do a quick switch between players and to see who is doing what. So General Bunker Chip now bringing his transport truck closer to Charlie and Bravo locations. General Dai now overwatching with his sniper rifle. We also have Mr. Tsaf, who is now trying to defend the Charlie location. He is now coming from the respawn position and he will want to take Charlie back. We have Mr. Sol on the same track as well. We have Mr. Hit, who is now practically at Charlie, waiting for his teammates to come in and take the zone back. I don't know what Hit's doing. He tried to kill his own teammate. Well, I don't know what's happening there. We also have Mr. Jake. I don't know where he's at. He's between Charlie and Bravo West. And he's shooting people that are running to Charlie and that are not paying much attention to what's around them. Well, where is Mr. Irish Fox? He is moving to Charlie right now and he probably got killed. Mr. Itra Hart now coming in an Ifrit closer to the location of Charlie, I believe. And let me just see. He is on the way between Bravo East and Charlie, but moving to Charlie. We have Buku now sitting in an Ifrit at X-Ray and he'll bring another vehicle to the game. General Krivak now under fire at Charlie location. He's under heavy fire, so he might not survive this attack. Yeah, he got killed by a vehicle. We have one clip who is now overwatching the... Well, he's looking away from Charlie, so I don't know what's happening there. With War Eagle now in a transport, moving closer to Charlie location, but now the transport is gonna be seen so easily. If anyone's watching, they'll know about the transport of Blue 4 forces. Very risky. On the other hand, there is practically no covering, so it's gonna be very difficult for these players to do anything about it. Dev Soul now moving between the zones. He's trying to scout more and take more players. Unexpectedly, we have Iron Man in the forest moving to Charlie, and we have JTF in a transport, moving the transport closer to the important locations. Mr. Kevorkian now moving to Charlie. He's quite far away. He's already at Bravo West, so still he's gonna have quite some time before he gets anywhere. Serrano now at Bravo West and Mr. Krivak in a Hunter. Wow, he's quite far away from Charlie, but that's exactly what he needed. I don't know how he got the Hunter so into the air. This is somehow weird. If he's standing on the bush, I don't know what he is doing there. But he's providing a very nice covering fire and suppressive fire on the Charlie location. Okay, now it got better. He's now on the ground again. It's not a flying hunter, it's a normal one. Buku now doing some stunts in his Ifrit. He is now stuck in the ground with one wheel, but he's gonna be under fire. Who is that? General Krivak. He has the rocket launcher in his hands. He actually missed the vehicle, which is very bad thing, but now he is more successful and the enemy Ifrit and Mr. Itra Hart are destroyed, and well, no more fighting for them. They'll have to respawn. And if Aitrahat wants another vehicle, he'll have to grab it from the X-ray and ride it over there. What is the situation? These guys are gonna have a tough time finding each other. But who is there? Irish Fox sitting at Bravo West. Bravo East, meanwhile, has been captured by the West forces. But Irish Fox is already sitting at Bravo West. And actually, let me just show you how far it is from Bravo West to get to Bravo East. So you have to follow this dirt road in order to get anywhere. And after, well, I don't know how far it is, after a kilometer or something, you get to this big road. Then you have to follow the other dirt road. Then you have to follow it for another kilometer or two. And after a long run, that your soldier has to be completely exhausted after this time. And after like 10 minutes of running, you finally get to another Bravo location. This is why vehicles are so important in this fight. Because you just can't get to the position on your foot, you cannot run that far. You will spend like 15 minutes just running from X-ray to Charlie. That is definitely not what you can afford in this type of battle. You need to be immediately at one place. And that is also why the respawn trucks will be way more important than ever before in these battles. Maybe he's gonna shoot at the Charlie location. Serrano at Charlie. He's gonna attack. And we might have more people attacking Charlie. Serrano now nicely attacking. He might get quite far with this push. Alright, what is he gonna do? He's under fire. He's been already spotted. So he's not gonna have an easy time. But he has to do something, so run for the building. Of course, this little house. There have been so many people already in it. Enemy Ifrit now coming. And it's gonna try and secure the location as best as they can. It's moving forward though, so maybe it's gonna escort the soldiers, or maybe it's gonna attack another of the zones. Bravo West now under the firm control of the forces of OPFOR, and Aitrahat continues with his journey. Let me just see, he's now nearing Alpha, and well, he will want to end this game. Aitrahat, I believe that he's directly at Alpha. Yeah, he is. Right in the middle. This little circle is now becoming smaller with every second, and well, that could very easily mean the game over for the Blue 4 forces, and they definitely do not want that to happen. But the problem is they are all quite far away over at Charlie and such, so they are not gonna have an easy time going back, and they'll either need to quickly capture the Charlie location, as JTF is trying right now, or return to Alpha, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. Charlie, meanwhile, how's the situation looking? It's going down, the circle's going down. And Alpha, well, as well. So JTF, now in the building, he is locked in here. And do we have anyone from the OPFOR defending Charlie? Well, Mr. Dai is now moving with a transport. And Mr. Jake is now coming to Charlie. So he might eliminate the opposing forces at Charlie and, well, put an end to this. Because of course you need to have all the zones you can in order to win. Meanwhile, Mr. Irish Fox is stealing the enemy truck, and somebody else as well. They have found both of the Blue 4 trucks. Mr. Tsav is now moving the truck so far away. They are gonna move the trucks as far as they can in order to prevent the enemy forces from respawning, and at this map it's so important to do that. Meanwhile, we have Aitra Hart in his own transport. He's now moving it. We have Buku in the same transport as well. We have General Krivak in a Hunter now moving to Alpha. They are gonna make sure that Alpha belongs to them. And Kevorkian, where are you at? At Bravo West, he's trying to take the zone back. JTF now under heavy fire. Alpha has been meanwhile captured by the West, and JTF eliminated his opposition. I believe that it was Mr. Jake, but I'm not sure about it. Okay, another quick break for the drink. JTF now with a rocket launcher, but he got spotted and he's already under fire. It's gonna be very difficult for him, and he got killed. General Bunker Chip, of course, doing an amazing job at defending positions. General Dai at Charlie as well. Mr. Tsav now destroyed the truck. And Irish Fox now staying over here as well. I believe that they are far away. They are quite far away already, and they do not need to ride these trucks any further. So yeah, Irish Fox is now gonna destroy the tires of the truck so that they cannot move it back. Very clever and clear strategy. I believe that they are now gonna damage the truck even more and then respawn themselves into their own trucks so that they can easily and securely go back into the fight. And well, maybe what could even happen, Irish Fox and his teammate, who is that? I keep forgetting that, Mr. Tsav. Maybe they are gonna stay here and shoot everyone who's gonna leave the truck to destroy it. That's I don't know. They lose 2 people, but on the other hand, the opposing forces can only respawn at X-ray, and that would mean a very difficult position for the forces of Blue 4. So yeah, it looks like they are gonna stay here. Meanwhile, JTF in a Hunter, Kevorkian still securing Bravo. JTF, I believe that he damaged the Hunter way too much to get anywhere. Yeah, and he'll... No, actually, he's not riding. Who is that? Who is in the vehicle itself? We have... well, that's Krivak. They are doing what they can, but it's not easy. Bravo West has been captured by the East, and Krivak is moving forward. Serrano, where he's at, he's looking into the ground, he's between Bravo locations. Kevorkian in a quad bike, moving from X-ray. JTF attacking Charlie. Iron Man also moving to Bravo location, I believe. And the Death Soul, well, he's quite far away, as always. Ward Eagle moving with another transport. He's bringing it closer to the Charlie location. One clip also moving to the Charlie position. That's me and Bunker Chip in an Ifrit. Now at Bravo West. Maybe Bunker Chip will push to Alpha. I don't know what's gonna happen. Actually, his Ifrit seems to be pretty badly damaged. the wheels and all that. I don't know if he's gonna get that far. He now seems to just stay here and secure the location, wait for the opposing forces to appear so that he can shoot them. And yeah, he's really not going anywhere at the moment. More defenders, stuff. Nobody's gonna respawn here. You can just leave. You can leave this location. It's us no good. Sol defending Jake in a knife fight. And where is going? Wow, he's already outside Bravo West and maybe he will move to Alpha location. He's following the main road and I believe that he might be at Alpha in a second's time. Yeah, it looks like he's going straight to Alpha, but well, he come in way too fast and well, kinda destroyed the vehicle in the process. That's very unfortunate for him. But we have Jake and General Bunker Chip now both at Alpha location. They are trying it again. And Alpha, it goes down. The circle is getting smaller and Charlie still remains under the firm control of the OPFOR forces. This could mean another big push from the OPFOR forces. Definitely a big attack. Anyone from the OPFOR? Well, Kevorkian is nearing the location. But he's under fire. And he got killed. And Mr. Jake still remains over here as Mr. Bunker Chip. They are both over here. And well, not a lot of time remaining for the Blue 4 forces. They need to move here quickly. We have General Krivak now moving with a hunter. But that's not gonna be enough. If he is not gonna destroy the whole building, he also got killed. Jake and Bunker Chip doing an amazing job at doing so. And Alpha, look at it. It's already becoming the territory of the OPFOR forces. And that could easily mean the game over. And I believe that it will happen. There are still only 2 people. And nobody from the Blue 4 yet. So maybe game over. I don't want to call it yet, but it definitely looks like they have a big chance of taking the location. And now it's almost a certainty. At least one of them is gonna survive this. And in a matter of seconds, the Alpha location will become the territory of OPFOR. Game over. The Shadow Saints will take the first game. And Bunker Chip and Jake will end this video. But looking at them, they have done an amazing job at pushing forward. And they take the first game. Alright, and that's it for the first game. I'll see you all next time with the